Welcome to Sailing Sweet Ruka. I'm Kate and this is Curtis. We are two racing sailors from the Midwest that decided to sell it all, buy a boat, and sail around the world the hard way via Cape Horn. We like to take the sea less traveled, so click subscribe and come along for the ride.
Oh, I hear them. Oh. Ah! Did you get in there, buddy? We'll save you.
I threw two back last night. I saved two last night.
Really?
Yeah. As much as I wanted to just leave them on the deck so I could use them as fishing bait, I thought, it wasn't meant to be unless I find them dead. I didn't want to like just let them die, like watch them suffer, so I threw them back.
Nice.
We had been at sea for nearly a week on our way to Argentina from the Canaries, and today the seas were fairly calm as we sailed deep with the Maine only. Now that the sun was out, we decided to try a sail setup on Sweet Ruka that we had never tried on her before. Would it be fast, efficient, and comfortable?
Well, we decided to try out the wing and wing with the whisker pole and see how it works. We're maxing out at about 6.5 knots here when we surf a wave. It's not really any less noisy, as you can hear. And we were just about as fast with only a mainsail.
But we weren't quite this deep.
We weren't this deep. We're 20 degrees, 30 degrees deeper.
20.
20 degrees deeper maybe. But as you can see, it's banging around. I'm not a huge fan of it. I would much rather have a spinnaker up, I think. I don't think that this is really any easier on your sails. It's not easier on the rig from what I can hear. Doesn't really sound like it's easier on the boat. You guys will have to fill me in, but I don't understand why people would want to sail all the way across the ocean with a setup like this. Maybe 2 head sails is better than a main and a head sail, but
All right.
yeah, I don't think that's good though.
Does not seem fast.
I think it's time to put it away. More. There you go, good.
Once the jib was furled, Curtis made his way to the bow to take down the carbon fiber whisker pole. Not an easy feat in rolly waves.
Pulled out head sail, not my style. It's either spinnaker or nothing. Yeah, look, we're going 6.1 knots. Look, we did 6.6. We just went faster with only a mainsail than we did with the stupid pulled out jib. That was way louder. This is really quiet now.
Safer.
Unless we're gonna run the spinnaker, I think we're just gonna keep it as is. It's 12 knots of breeze. We're gonna be going like maybe 1 knot faster for like a whole lot of extra work and not sleeping. This is where we go into cruising mode. We go downstairs, we read a book, and we chill.
Yeah.
Till we get to the next weather pattern. which is going to be the Doldrums, and it's going to be fun, and hopefully we get to try out our new sail, Upwind.
At some point in the night, the winds lightened, so we unfurled the jib for a bit more speed. Our new Evolution jib was happy to be out in the fresh breeze, but as the sun started to rise, something bigger lingered in our minds.
Good morning! We've been out here a week and it has been beautiful, and we are about to turn away from Africa pretty soon. Looking forward to it. I bless the rains down in Africa. Things you never had to do.
You're funny.
The autopilot is our most vital third crew member, allotting us time to get sleep and sail short-handed for such long distances. If something were to go wrong with it, making it to our destination would certainly be quite the challenge. As the jib was getting a little wobbly at this heading and wind angle, we decided to bring out the big guns. You guessed it, our wonderful white reaching spinnaker. Try saying that 5 times fast. We assumed our positions with Curtis on the bow to connect the sheets, tack, and halyard, and me in the pit, easing and trimming as necessary. We're really getting into a groove with this spinnaker on this trip, if you haven't noticed from the previous videos. First, we furl the jib for a clean and clear hoist. Now it's time for the set. First the tack line, and then the halyard. Afterwards, we trim on the sheet. The preventer was rigged to stop the Maine from accidentally jibing itself at our deep angle in these waves, but it was currently in the way of the set, so we eased it off temporarily.
Ready? Is it made?
Trimming on the sheet helps add pressure to the sail as the sock goes up, making Curtis's job of pulling up the sock a bit easier. After the kite was up, it was time to put on the twinger to keep the sheet from chafing on the boom. Then Curtis and I grabbed the preventer to re-rig it with our new setup. Add a little vang and voila! Time to have a little fun. With the sun shining and the water a beautiful shade of blue, Curtis and I both took turns behind the wheel. Words can't describe the feeling when the boat finds its groove through the water with the spinnaker up and the helm at your fingertips. What we didn't know is that our moments of elation would soon come to an end. One day we will look back on these videos with the utmost fondness of memories, and we couldn't be happier that we are able to share these unique experiences with the world. We can't bring everyone on the boat, but we can bring pieces of them along, such as this stupid fun sports flag our friend David gifted us from back home. We enjoy racing together on a One Design 35 Turbo back in the Great Lakes. Hi David and Kathy!
David, we had to save this for a special time. We couldn't fly it when we were going slow. so we had to wait until we had the spinnaker up and we were fully ripping. So the stupid fun sports is about to go up. He's up there, David. We're going to be flying this the rest of the way until South America. That's sports, baby. Let's go.
Our new burgee was set along with the sails, and so it was time to relax. Or so we thought. While we were relaxing and enjoying each other's company on this sunny day, the autopilot suddenly failed, causing us to crash jibe. The boat turned down abruptly for a reason unbeknownst to us, so by the time we could react, the heavy boom was on its way across the cockpit. I ran to the wheel to take the helm, and Curtis checked the rig and grabbed the sheets. Thank goodness for our Waldar boom brake to slow the Maine.
Heads up, do not move.
Once we had the Maine jibed back and the boat settled, we sat for a long time and discussed what could have caused the autopilot to fail. We discovered that there was a spike in the wind readings and an inaccurate reading of the true wind angle, showing the boat sailing at a much higher degree than it actually was. And with the autopilot driving to the wind, it steered down drastically, causing it to jibe. So what was causing these inaccurate readings? We knew it would be time to do some inspecting of as much wiring as we could while at sea. We could always sail in heading mode like old times, but we were really looking forward to the efficiency and accuracy of sailing in wind mode. We were only about 1/4 of the way through our journey, and the last thing we want is autopilot problems. But even after all this, we still managed to keep smiles on our faces and enjoy the sailing. Now we wondered, what would the evening bring? You don't have to worry about the autopilot if you don't use it, so it was time for a little hand steering in fairly awesome conditions. Although it was getting later in the day, it was starting to heat up as we were drawing nearer to the equator.
taking a picture of yourself, aren't you?
What's up, babe?
Another night had fallen upon Sweet Ruka, and we were still flying the kite in wind mode, ripping along beautifully, but with a nagging concern still in the back of our minds.
Hey everybody, as you can see behind me, we've still got the spinnaker up tonight, and I wanted to give you a little look around and show you how this feels. It is really, really awesome. We're about 400 miles off the coast of Africa. Right now we're doing over 8 knots. The wind is anywhere from 14 to 16 knots. This is really what makes all the hard work worth it. So let me see if I can show you guys around a little bit. We've got our light back there working under the solar panels now. And now you can see our wake back there. I'll zoom in a little more. All right, let's go show you what's going on up front. I hope that you guys enjoyed your little night tour of the Sweet Ruka. Time to get back to sailing and turn off all these lights so I can actually see what is going on. But out here, you're just in the middle of absolutely nowhere. You know, if anything happens, nobody can save you, and you're basically completely 100% on your own. You guys, you just can't beat this. This is what sailing is all about, just being out here with nature and going for a good sail. See you guys later. All right guys, time to go take this kite down. A couple little squalls on the horizon. Better safe than sorry. We're a long way from help if anything were to happen. All right, ready for the sheet.
Okay, here we go.
Back.
Well, everybody, it is the evening of day 7, about a half hour before midnight local time. And we had the spinnaker up for a large portion of the night, but Curtis saw some squalls on the radar. So we shifted gears, took the spinnaker down, and it's a pretty good sized squall on the radar now. So we furled up the jib. The main is ready to be reefed. The reef lines are out, but it is still full main. We're still making our way south, about a heading of 216. Got a boat speed of a little over 6 knots. Moving along, the wind shifted with this storm a little bit. We did see some lightning as well. It looks like there's some more cells popping up as we speak. Let's take a look here. The middle of the radar screen, where the lines are coming out of, that's us. So this is the squall. We tried to turn away from him, but it looks like there's another pop-up one here. Curtis, you got another pop-up cell about 1.5 to 2 miles away. now at about 270 degrees. The other original one's still at 90.
Hey babe,
Yes.
will you make sure that the aft iPad is unplugged?
Okay. Doing some extra precaution here. Wrapping up some of our electronics in the tinfoil because we did see some lightning on the horizon. Storms are getting really close now and growing. All right. That's all foiled up. A little bit of rain we've had already, and feels like the wind's picking up a little bit, so I'm gonna go and check on things, and hopefully we'll be over with this soon.